Hello, everyone. It has been some time.
Just a hot minute.
And yet we are back with Blood and Hope Detroit. It's been a minute. I'm Storyteller for the evening. I'm Feyla. Joining me.
Hi, I'm Nan. I'll be playing William.
I am Dengle. I am Dengle, fresh from the worst place on Earth, in my opinion. Dengle. I will be playing Reverend Rufus Horton.
And I'm Cocia, and I play Lottie.
And hi, I'm Buttons, and I'll be playing Miss Debbie.
Anyone want to do a recap for us?
We went to go check the... we went to go talk to Kat about the murders of the Nosferatu that happened in our territory. She pointed us towards some hunter hideouts that we were searching to see if we can find any information, as well as the former NOS leader's hard drive that was missing. We had to go take care of a masquerade breach that was in progress, and we found a fresh thin blood that was responsible for that.
Well, we don't know for sure that he's a thin blood yet, in-game.
And also the Reverend may get William chewed out by a sire.
What fun, what fun. So we left off with William taking Chris, the new either Toreador, maybe, possibly Thin Blood, not sure what he is just yet, to his apartment, and then everyone else went on their own for the evening. Y'all took care of a couple things, then you took your day sleep, and now we are at the next evening. Can I get your rouse checks?
Failed.
Success.
Okay. So William is at 2 hunger, I believe?
3 hunger.
3 hunger. Nice. Nice. So we left off with William being told that the new kindred needs to be brought to Charlotte's. You know where that is. You've been in and around there a few times. It is called the Siren Hotel, or Chassant des Sirènes, is what most people will call it. And I think I pronounced that right. It's been a while since I've done much French. So what are each of you doing for the evening as you wake up?
Going to try to find someone to take off a slave of hunger.
You can do that. You know there are people in Charlotte's Place you can do that from, or you can find someone. So either will work. I don't remember your feeding type off the top of my head because it's been a minute.
Scene Queen.
Okay. So yeah, you can make your way to a club or something.
Yeah, I'll head to a club.
Do you bring Chris?
Well, I'm stay at the apartment for now.
Okay. So go ahead and mark a hunger slaked. Are you doing 1 or 2?
Just one.
Easy enough. Anyone else? I assume you head back to your apartment afterwards to get him ready,
Yes.
knowing the dress code is rather nice.
Yeah. Speaking of rather nice, Rev, uncharacteristically, will lift up his bed, revealing a hidden, quote-unquote, compartment where he kind of flips up and he takes a full-on suit out. And he will don that for the evening. He's got, like, black, like, rim glasses. Very, very nice. Very, very, like, upscale. He puts an extra coat of polish on his shoes. His good shoes, not his running shoes. And he will get ready for the evening.
Easy enough. Debbie or Lottie?
Lottie will get dressed to the nines. You know, couture dress, Gucci shoes, the whole 9.
Debbie will do her usual prep, make sure everything's running smoothly, and then once she's sure everything's fine, she'll change into something a little bit more business formal, kind of like she wore to the party in preparation for meeting a bunch of Toreadors.
Nothing will go wrong tonight. It's fine. It's fine. So how are you each getting there? You going together? Just going separately?
Lottie calls a car as per usual.
No
Well,
Reverend
let's
band?
face it, at this-
Reverend mobile?
No, an actual car. I mean, at this point, she probably has, like, a town car on retainer.
Easy enough.
William and Chris will take the bus just to avoid the Reverend's van from getting too crowded. Again.
Debbie's
There's a
just
stop
gonna
not too far out from the hotel.
Debbie's just gonna take one of the smaller company vehicles.
And we all know how Rufus is getting there.
He will, however, park the van in a parking deck a couple blocks away and
Okay.
walk in.
Okay. So, it is across from the Opera House. Very nice, like heart of downtown. A lot of hustle and bustle going on, even though it's rather chilly outside still. And you'll know where it is. You'll know what the building is. Super tall, very, very nice looking. Still an older building. Definitely has been renovated and upkept. And there's people going in and out. Not a line or anything, though. Definitely good you all dressed up, though, because that is definitely the theme of the place. There is a man standing outside, dressed up, not necessarily like a waiter, but definitely like he works there, and just kind of looking around. William would not be there yet. Lottie, Rufus, and Debbie would get there not too far out from each other. And the gentleman, once he sees you, doesn't necessarily beckon you over, but kind of gives you a double take trying to figure out if you're the people he's looking for. Definitely seems to be looking for someone. What do you do?
Rev will walk over and, excuse me, are you looking for someone?
Charlotte is expecting someone, so yes. I don't believe you are William.
Right, a new addition, correct?
Yes.
Yes. Once our associate gets here, we will get them inside. They should be coming together.
Good. The sooner the better. You are free to wait inside if you'd like, or you can stand out here.
He'll kind of turn to Lottie and Debbie. Like, I'm going inside. While I have new, fresh polish on the shoes, I would rather not get wet in the event. So, I'll be inside. Lottie, I would assume that you're going to be following me.
Yes.
Debbie, I don't know. Whether you do or not, you're more than welcome. I'm sure we'll have a lot of fun in there.
As Rufus is giving this rambling explanation, you can see the guy's breath like puff out into the air, so he's definitely living. And appears to be cold.
Well, I think it'd be best if we not linger. Let's head inside.
You guys enter. The building is gorgeous. And the lobby is got some people meandering around, but there are seats that you can take. Very 20s themed.
Reverend will actually find the seat closest to the center, kind of be in the middle of everybody, and try to take a seat.
Sorry, Faye, you're muted. We can't hear anything.
Whoops. I said you two can find a seat wherever you'd like. About 20 minutes passes, maybe half an hour. You guys are starting to get some looks because you're just sitting there not doing anything. But William, you eventually make it there with Chris, who is, unless you dressed him up, extremely out of place looking.
No, William will dressed him up.
Okay. So fits in a little bit better than not, but still stands out a bit. And the gentleman greets you as well. You do recognize him as one of Charlotte's ghouls.
Yeah, William just walked on and said, we're here to see Charlotte.
Good. Your friends got here a while ago. And then he beckons you inside and collects the other three. And then he takes you to what looks like is an employees only area. And slides a card to get doors open. And then leads you down a flight of stairs. And Chris is just staring at everything like he just cannot believe where he is right now.
Keep your tongue in your mouth. It's gonna be fine.
He just like nervously nods. So leading down the stairs, it starts to get a little bit smokier. Like, definitely looks like a smoking lounge, even though it shouldn't be smoking inside a building. And as you make it to the last platform landing, it opens into definitely what looks like a speakeasy. There's couches, there's tables, there's people meandering around. And you guys see Deidre behind the bar. You've all at least seen her, if not interacted with her. Lottie, you may not recognize her so much. And she kind of gives a wave over once she sees the ghoul bring you guys downstairs. And he motions you over to the bar. And as you approach, you guys start hearing sounds like a kind of a jazz band playing, and then someone singing. And all of you roll your unspent willpower, please. Just need to pass by 2.
I got 3.
I got 1.
Okay, will you? That's kind of funny of me.
4.
Okay. You guys can choose to fail if you'd like.
4.
William, as you hear the music, you can't help but let the emotions of the song pull at you a little bit. Start feeling happy. Upbeat. It's been a minute since you've, actually felt this strong of emotions. It's nice. Everyone else,
Yeah, William.
just good music. What'd you say?
The tracks for William.
Everyone else, it's just some very appealing music. And it definitely looks like most people in the room are feeling the mood of the music very nicely. And there are plenty of people dressed up like workers that are meandering around, sitting next to people. And you do see some people openly feeding here. Some kindred, I should say. So you approach the bar. What do? Deidre will greet you guys.
William's gonna smile and sway to the song.
Rev with a little bit of a smirk on his face. Deidre, it's nice to see you again.
Rufus, good to see you.
I believe we are to deliver any kind of points his head over at Chris. That one to Charlotte.
Glad you were very punctual about it. She'll be over as soon as she finishes her song. And she
We
points
would have
over.
been earlier.
As she points over, you can glance and see Charlotte done up. Very nice gown, standing in front of an actual live band.
He just kind of stares, probably a little bit too long to be honest with you. But it's okay.
Fine.
Yeah. It was we would have been earlier, except Steven had to get Chris ready to look the part.
Think you mean William?
Yes, William, that one. Sorry, I'm thinking someone else.
Who's
But
Steven?
we've known each other for a while.
To be fair, any kind of points to stage.
It's always interesting to see how people react to her. We have some things to do, but in the meantime, anyone hungry?
Not in the way that you could help with, unfortunately.
I'm fine.
Chris, you said it's been a while since you had something, right?
Yeah, I'm getting hungry. And Deidre will nod and beckon someone over. And there is it's a woman. She's dressed nicely in the uniform of the place. She seems slightly out of it. And very, very flushed and everything, so definitely probably not a kindred. And Deidre will get her over and set her down and get Chris ready and kind of go through the explanation about how to feed, because no one knows how long he's actually been kindred or anything like that. And as he attempts to go for the kiss, there is no, like, actual breaking of the skin. And Deidre's a little bit confused as to why that's going on. And you can tell Chris is getting frustrated.
And we'll kind of sigh and be like, well, that's unfortunate. I don't believe he's full-blooded.
Deidre will just gotta get, like, a concerned look on her face. No, I think you're right. And then take the woman's hand and pull out a small knife and cut it a little bit. Not anything crazy. And then let Chris feed that way. And he does. He'll look up again. Sure none of you want anything? As she watches and makes sure nothing goes wrong here.
I ate a little beforehand just to make sure.
Suit yourself. It's on the house tonight.
I'm good, thank you, though.
I'm not quite Ventru, however, I do have particular taste.
Got
No,
all
that's
sorts.
None taken. We are quite particular.
Fair enough. And then she will, once Chris is done, she will clean up and bandage the cut that she had to make and kind of shoo the other person off. And you can see someone walk by and, like, escort the person into a back room area as she walks off. And Chris has a blissed out look on his face right now.
Feeling better?
Yeah.
That's probably for the best right now. We don't need him super nervous and jumpy.
Probably a good idea. Especially now that we know that he's not a full kindred. The song's winding down. William, you're still feeling the effect of it, but it's lessened now that this active singing isn't happening. But you're still feeling happy and feeling good. And Charlotte comes over. William.
Good evening, Miss Charlotte.
Who are your friends?
Yes, this is Reverend Rufus, Lottie, and Debbie. And Chris as well.
Chris. Chris is the...
Chris is the new embrace.
Good. Thank you for bringing him. And she'll slip her arm into his to, like, pull him and head towards the back room where you saw the other person being led. And Deidre will come out from the bar and kind of usher you all that way as well.
Well, alrighty then.
All right along.
Okay. So as you walk into the back room, there is a couple couches. There's people sitting on them. They seem to be recovering, drinking like orange juice and just kind of recovering from being fed on. But they all kind of look as much out of it as the one woman that was brought over for Chris. But then you are led into an adjacent back room that is kind of like an office, but with plush seating for several plush seats that you can all take a seat on. And Deidre will go excuse me, bustling about and begin pulling out a bowl and setting it on the table and preparing some other things. I forgot to have this pulled up.
Lottie will sit on the arm of one of the chairs or couches, very relaxed.
You don't want to sit, like, proper?
This is more comfortable.
Reverend will sit as close to what he suspects is probably some sort of ritual about to happen as he can.
William will sit over by Chris and Charlotte.
Okay. So Charlotte's behind the desk. Chris was set towards the edge of it, so Deidre can stand on the end and have Charlotte or Chris on either side. And Charlotte will just, as Deidre's getting ready, thank you all for coming. I was only expecting William, but you're all welcome.
Yeah, sorry about that. I wasn't sure if they were doing other stuff or not.
It's good to have a group sometimes. I don't believe any of you have been here before.
I've stayed, but not down here as much.
It's not open for everyone. I need to make sure the workers are treated well.
Right, and between you and I, well, I'm sure they're fantastic. Like I told Deidre, that particular. And it's just, it is what it is.
Everyone has their tastes. I'm glad to make your acquaintances. As William pointed you all up. I know your name. My name is Charlotte.
Well, thank you for having us, Miss Charlotte.
You are welcome back.
Thank you.
Just make sure you find the person who brought you down. And then Deidre will kind of cut in. Chris, I need your hand. And then he just kind of like glances over at Rufus, like, what do I do?
He'll just kind of like motion as like, go ahead.
And that does get you kind of a raised eyebrow from Charlotte and Deidre. But Chris will put his arm out and Deidre takes it and brings the same knife that she used earlier up to it into the cup. And it slowly fills the small bowl / cup. And it looks old. Lottie, you might be feeling a little uncomfortable right now. It is silver.
Hopefully since she's on the couch, she's a little far enough away that it's not such a big deal. Yeah, she's just like...
Yeah, you can have been on the far side. It's like, well, the couches wouldn't be super near the desks. The chairs would be. So you are feeling mildly uncomfortable right now. And then as the cup is about half filled, Deidre will let William take back his arm, and the blood has stopped, and then she does the same to her own and fills the rest of it.
Think you met Chris?
Yes, I'm sorry, I meant Chris. I need my right dice, guys. Was not prepared this evening, apparently.
Bad story. Not really.
I mean, sorta. I did just throw dice at my dog, apparently. That's fine. She's fine. Did you guys want to say or do anything?
As the bowl was being filled and like I get the weird looks, we found them. I not fully took responsibility for it, but I did allow him to at least get a little bit of feeding from me when we first met, so that might have something to do with that.
Charlotte will give a little nod. I expected William to be the one to do that. That's fine.
He kind of jumped on it.
I see.
I have a feeling that you and I grew up in similar times. William, I believe, is a bit younger than we are, so felt like it was my responsibility.
Noted. And then you, in the background, Deidre kind of pulls the bowl away, back to you guys, and she sets it on another desk or chest or something that was against the wall, and you can hear mumbling, but you don't hear what she's saying, and she's just kind of working with the bowl. Then Charlotte will watch her move over and then look back to you guys. This will take some time. You're free to stay here. We can chat, and you can go back out to the floor. Chris can stay here, but the rest of you can leave if you'd like.
Yeah, I'm gonna stick around. I want to check this stuff out.
I must admit, this is my first time seeing blood magic.
I would rather stay for at least a little while until we get the resolution of this, so we can. I assume you want to figure out exactly who the sire is, and that's what this is.
Yes, that would it'd be the most ideal outcome here.
Yes, I'm rather curious as well. Not taking care of your child or kind of rubs me the wrong way.
Yes, I am curious to know who embraced and then ran.
So this can tell you your sire?
From the little bit I understand. I don't do it myself.
Lottie kind of clutches her hands together, like this, puts them on her lap, and just steels herself to stay since everybody else is staying.
Charlotte will look over to you. You can go to the floor if you're uncomfortable.
I appreciate the offer, but I'm also a little curious, and I'd rather stay with the group.
I doubt you'll learn much. It will take, I believe, roughly an hour before we have an answer.
Would you feel better if someone went with you?
No, it's alright. You know what? I'll be back in like 45 minutes. And Lottie almost bolts out of the door.
Sorry, she has a thing about silver.
Ah.
I'll go make sure she's okay. I'll be back. And Debbie will get up to follow her.
As you two leave, you see the man who led you downstairs now behind the bar. And there's not really too much alcohol down here. There's a little bit, but it mostly just seems to be keeping an eye on everyone and make sure no one is overindulging. But the illusion of a real bar is comforting in a way. Do you make for one of the couches or something, Lottie, or do you head upstairs?
I'll head upstairs, maybe mingle with the crowd. See if I can find any new socialites.
Okay, so heading upstairs into the main lobby of the actual hotel.
If I can, and that's not an issue.
Yeah, you're not going to be stopped or anything. You will have to wait for someone to bring you down, because it locks, but you will be able to get back down eventually. Debbie, are you going with her, or are you staying in the main lounge?
Debbie will go to the bar and order a drink just to hold and kind of keep an eye on Lottie as she does her thing, but give her, like, space to do what it is she's gonna do.
Okay. Easy enough. You can order... There's several different wines to choose from. None of them appeal to Kindred, though. The back in the room, just... DJ just keeps, chanting away over the bowl. And she's, like I said, she has her back to you guys. You can't really see what she's doing. She definitely appears to be kind of hiding, the performance of the ritual. And Charlotte just makes some small conversation with Chris, trying to find out a little bit more about him. You guys learn that he has been wanting to be an aspiring DJ for a while. And just a couple other things about him. So we will move the game forward unless you guys had questions for Charlotte or wanted to speak with her or each other.
Nope, but, like, within the 45 minutes, Lottie would have made her way back down.
And there's someone to let you down. They were told to keep an eye out for you.
Debbie will follow when she goes.
At some point during the hour, Rufus would actually go out to, like, the Kindred bar and just get, like, a whiskey or something. and come back, and he will actually bless your life and actually like sip on it.
Okay.
Yeah.
And when the Reverend leaves, he'll apologize to Miss Charlotte for letting him feed Chris.
Bonds can be overcome. I was just surprised.
Like I said, he pretty much jumped right on the opportunity. Didn't really have much chance to stop him since Chris was pretty much starving.
How much did he give him?
Not a lot. I think just enough to give him a taste.
So he did actually feed him. He just bonded him.
Yes.
I would keep an eye on that one.
Oh well.
That is a success, by the way. The rouse check for that.
Okay. So, Rufus comes back. Just small talk being made over the hour. But was there any specific questions you guys had for Charlotte?
Nothing specific that I can think of. He would, however, try to talk about like the 20s and like their actual heyday.
She'll indulge and talk about it. Obviously that's what her bar was themed around, so. Eventually, Deirdre turns around and leaves the bowl there. Let's make this roll. It just says C General Systems. I don't know what that means.
What do William know?
No, I'm talking out of game. Like, it just says C General Systems for the roll.
Okay.
That's fine. I was unprepared. We're gonna... So, Deirdre will go over and leave the bowl behind her. So, Lottie, you don't have to look at it if you don't want to. Then Deirdre will be like, so, he is thin blood, as we've already figured out. His sire, though, that would be... I'm blanking on the name. Sorry, my brain. Name's Fred. And Charlotte will nod. Interesting. I will have him brought here. I would prefer to keep Chris here for the current while, so we can have things tied up and figured out.
That sounds completely reasonable. He is technically part of your bloodline, I assume. Well, not necessarily your bloodline, but your clan.
Yes. Yes, his sire was a Toreador. And we will have to figure out what happened there. And Deidre pulls out a phone and starts texting. Well, we have figured out that part of the problem. You're all welcome back if you'd like. Just let the person waiting at the stairs know that you'd like to come down. Was there anything else you all wanted?
Not at all. Thank you for your time.
Just let us know if you want to track him down for. If you want us to track him down for you.
Possibly. We'll see if he comes willingly first.
If you do, I'm more than willing, at the very least. And I'm sure William is as well. But no, I personally don't have anything else for you as well. It's been fun.
Your help has been appreciated. And finishing her text, Deidre will lead you out and take her place behind the bar, and the gentleman will lead you back upstairs. And out into the evening, sans a thin blood.
Well, that's pretty much my plans for the night. Did you guys have anything?
I hope Chris is gonna be okay, though.
Well, luckily we're in an Anarch-controlled area instead of, the others.
We're not Anarch, we're more independent.
Well, why did I think Detroit was an Anarch state?
Since the routing of the previous occupants, the majority of the city is more free to kind of go about their own business, which is why I tend to stay around.
That makes sense. I guess things have changed a lot more than I realized. I don't always keep up with the politics as much as I probably should, especially after I was traveling for such a while.
Where have you been, if you don't mind my asking? I'm something of a traveler myself, so I'm always interested in hearing.
All over. I was doing some favors for Terrence to help work down Willow's indebtment.
And if you don't mind me asking, where would Terrence be located? I might maybe be able to help with that.
Last I knew, he was in Chicago.
And like the very cheery smile that kind of goes to the deadpan. Oh, maybe not.
All good. I'm working on it.
you're not that anymore, right?
No.
Good. Debbie, do you have a question?
Nah, just thinking. Well, it's become pretty obvious that someone else's problems become someone else's problems pretty fast around here. Is this Terrence going to be bothering us?
Well,
Please be honest.
bothering me, yes. Bothering you all, slightly doubt it unless he thinks he can get something out of you. He can be quite manipulative. So, but I think you all should be safe.
Right. And he kind of looks at Debbie and like, most of us will be safe.
I just don't need another white collar to do getting in my business. I got enough already.
So,
No,
oh, go ahead.
I was just saying it should be fine. Should only really bother me, not everybody else.
So I assume you guys are making your way away from the hotel? Were you
Yes.
planning on doing anything tonight? You had a few things left over from the previous night, I believe?
We did. We've got a couple more hunter dens to kind of investigate. Yes?
Right, we only got through 2 of them, and there's 2 more? There's 3 more? 2?
2. And then Peter as well.
And Debbie has a laptop.
Yes, I need to drop that off over at King's.
Which there was
Lottie
one of
can
the
look through it.
hunter dens not far from King's place.
So if you guys want to go ahead to that one, I'll meet you there after I drop this off.
But you guys also know that Peter wasn't too far from here, where you are now.
So, if Debbie, you want to run to that King's, we can run over, talk to Peter, and then we can meet you over there.
Sounds good.
Unless, of course, you would like to join us. I mean, that's completely reasonable as well.
Tempting, but something tells me this laptop's going to be a bit of a target till I get it somewhere. So I'll get that taken care of pretty quick.
You need a companion then, if you think this is going to be a targeted.
Nah, I got it. You stick with the others. They may need your help more than I will.
So going to King's and coming back will take longer than probably getting to Peter and talking to him.
I was just going to meet them at the other...
Okay. Alright, just making sure I had that right. So, you make your way to King's. And the rest of you make your way to Peter's. Because I believe Boria gave you his address?
His hangout. Yes.
Hangout, yes. Not too far from where you are now. It's just kind of a small hole in the wall cafe that also has a small library. Nothing to rival King's, but just a small used bookstore.
So yeah, Reverend will just walk right in, assuming that's actually open.
It is. It is open. Doesn't appear to be closing anytime soon either. And you see several people just kind of milling around. It's not too far from where you know the college to be. So it's got younger people hanging out in there. Probably where they go to get some caffeine fixes.
Right. Is there anyone without caffeine? Or other items?
There is someone sitting kind of towards the back. Looks a little bit older. Does have a cup sitting in front of him, but hasn't been touching it since you guys got in. And he's actually staring at you all. Because, like, eyes narrowed. Because he does not recognize you. Dark brown hair, kind of pulled back into a bun. Strong facial features, long nose. And he's holding himself very still.
Grav will just kind of walk up to him like, is your name Peter, by chance?
Who are you? We work kind of with, Cat.
You're muted.
Why would she send you here?
She didn't. I just want to ask you a couple questions, just out of curiosity.
Who sent you here then?
It's kind of a personal, like, business trip. It's not necessarily anybody sent us. It's I asked some questions regarding some other issues that have been going on. Piles of ash and other assorted items popping up around that whole
everything I knew about it, which is nothing. So I don't
know why. I fully understand that. However, I asked if there was anybody that didn't particularly like Cat, and I was curious as to why.
It's my own business.
I'm sure you absolutely have your reasons. However, I would be appreciative if you would just tell me why.
Why should
if they're good
I
reasons,
just come out and tell you? They're personal.
So we can cross your name off the list of possible people that have been removing our own kind.
I'm not a hunter. I'm not a leech. Cat knows that. I've already talked to her.
Right, but you haven't talked to me. So, please. Just entertain me, and I will be out of your hair. Very nice hair, by the way.
He does gesture for you to sit down, but does not appear to be willing to say much anytime soon.
Yeah, he'll kind of sit down. and kind of look for William and Lottie, see if they're milling about or if they're close by.
William will be sticking close.
Lottie would have been making her rounds from the pit to try to look inconspicuous despite her lamified self.
Yeah, you guys stick out like a sore thumb in here?
Oh yeah, easily. But since she was walking around, seeing Rev sit down, she'll stand behind the guy.
Stand behind Peter.
Behind Peter.
He will shove his chair out and hit you with it, and stand up with his and slam his hands on the table.
Of course. Any
Are
roll
you
anything?
interrogating me?
That wasn't the intent. And I'll just kind of like look at Lottie and say, however, if that's what you feel like, we do apologize.
Oh, I'm sorry. Do you not want me on this side of the table? Shall I be on the other side?
I'll explain to you why I should cooperate if you are taking it this far.
I was just walking around. I saw my friend sit down. I came over to the table he's sitting at. You need to calm down.
So, very simply put, we just want to make sure that we have suspicion to believe that somebody is removing the ugly ones from underneath the city, and they are trying to make it look like Cat or somebody that is similar is doing that. We don't believe it's hunters due to items found down there. It's not necessarily to say that it wasn't planted, however. I want to take your name off the list because I don't fully believe it's you. I'm just trying to help Kat out and get all of her people exonerated. And right now, you're the only one that has true motive to do so in her family. So, please.
Motive? Just because I don't live there and I don't care the way she handles things?
Like I said, we were told that you have a strong dislike for her. You can dislike somebody without wanting to get rid of them. And that's kind of what I was trying to say. Just sit with us, talk. We'll get this sorted out, and we'll pass your name off as you're good.
He will begrudgingly sit back down.
Lottie will help him push in his chair and then move to the other side since she was apparently in the way.
No, he forcibly kicked the chair back to hit you since you loomed behind him.
Okay, yeah, so move his chair back at least. I'll be nice.
If you already suspect me, what is going to make you change your mind?
I know, that's the thing, is I don't really suspect you. I just want to make sure that the people that do don't have reason to, make other people mad and create problems that aren't actually there.
And what did you find down there to make you think it wasn't hunters?
Well, they like to live in pitch black, even during daytime. There were plants, and that's kind of Cat's whole motif and deal. Looks like they've been down there for a couple days, starved of sunlight. So they are dying, however. Instead, it's not necessarily to say that they were planted or weren't planted. But it would be quite a stretch to go that far.
What would you need from me?
Some reason to kind of tell me that you wouldn't want to see Cat gone. Or cause issues between your family and King's family.
I don't agree with how she handles things and how she does things. I don't want her gone. I would like to be able to leave, though.
And what's keeping you from leaving? Just,
Cat.
well, I understand that, but is it she forces you to have a drink, or is it she's just people in her family she just forbids from doing certain things and you kind of just have to accept it, or she'll hunt you down, or what is it?
That's family secrets.
Right, but between you, me, and, well, these two, which I don't even know how much they care or how much they pass on. I know a lot more about the family than I probably should.
I'll probably forget everything by tomorrow.
Lottie's just like looking at her nails.
Roll charisma and persuasion.
Do I get any bonuses from, like, beautiful? Just out of curiosity.
Yeah, I think that gives it to you, right?
Just making sure that you'll allow that to work on this.
Yeah.
I got 4 successes.
I'm not bound to her, which is why I want to leave. If you know about the family, as you claim, you'll know why I can't.
Fair. I know enough about the family. Cat likes to keep your people on a short leash for a reason, because all of you know quite a bit about her and her dealings. So, that's unfortunate. So you do not want her gone, necessarily. You don't necessarily want her to be in charge of your life. Well, life. But you don't necessarily want to see her gone forever.
No, as I have said.
Okay. I would like to roll wits and insight.
Okay.
I got 5 successes, and that is a messy critical. If it succeeds.
Yep, it does. And what is your, reckless? Is that what it is?
Tempting fate.
Ah, close
That
enough.
is the time compulsion.
So, you can tell he's not lying necessarily. He probably would like Kat to not be in his life at all anymore by any means necessary, but he also doesn't come across like he will go that far or want to take it that far. Kat would be very difficult to take out, and it's not worth the effort for most people. So he's not truly lying.
Okay. Now how to go? He's gonna kind of look at him like, look, I get your thing, and I get like wanting to leave and not wanting or not really being able to, but you do know that there are ways of disappearing, right? Like Varia has her ways, and on the counterpart, I have mine. It costs money though.
Yeah, I'm aware.
I can at least get you a different name.
You think Barry
If I
would
get
be
it.
able to find me?
I mean, I'd have done half. Either you. I assume that you don't have the abilities that most of you have.
Never cared for
Change.
them.
Oh. So you're non-typical. That would actually kind of make sense as to why you don't necessarily like them then. Do you know anybody that knows more about cats stuff?
Cat stuff.
Besides people that she teaches personally.
You better be careful about what you say.
No, it's fine. I'm not making anything specific. So,
She finds out you're throwing that around, you're in trouble.
I mean, as long as you don't tell her, it's fine. And you're not bonded, so you don't have to. If you want to, it's your own prerogative. And between you and me, I'm not saying that's necessarily a bad idea. However, it's not. You make my life hard, I'll make yours hard.
She hoped I could, but I can't. Usually, the ones that can do that don't do the changing.
Right. Is there anybody else that she used to teach that has since disappeared? I don't know how long you've been around, so.
Not who's around anymore.
Right, I know the last one kind of went poof. And I mean, that is what it is. I'm just trying to, get to the bottom of this so we don't have further issues between.
Look, you told me you wanted to clear the name. I've told you I don't want her gone.
Which is mostly true.
I was here that night. I've been here most nights. What else do you want?
That's pretty much what I wanted. William, Lottie, do you have any other questions?
What? I'm sorry. I haven't been paying attention. I think he chipped one of my nails whenever he threw that chair at me like a jerk. And my shoes are scuffed. So, wait, what was happening?
He says, which I mostly believe, that, well, he doesn't necessarily want the cat gone. He wouldn't mind if she was. I don't believe he would do anything to like make it happen. I don't think he has the gall. But then again,
very stereotypical child or sire relationship. Awesome.
Something tells me that he is Cat's child.
Cat doesn't have any direct ones anymore.
Yes.
No part of the family. I don't have any questions. We can go whenever.
William.
Yep.
Any questions?
Nope, no one saw it.
Right. We will leave you to your horde. Have a good night. And Rufus just kind of like stands up and walks out with like no more questions at all. Just like kind of rudely, honestly.
Yep. That about tracks.
I gotta move my thing, so because I gotta plug it in.
That's fine. Debbie's turn anyway. So, Debbie, you make your way to King's. You get there. You know the way down. King is not there. You do see Mike.
Hey, I brought you something. And she'll pull the laptop out of her bag.
Oh, good. He will take
Yep.
it. Got a charger?
She'll rifle through the bag. No, they didn't really have anything with it. I think they left in a hurry and just kind of brought it with them. Didn't have a mouse or nothing.
He opens it and tries to turn it on, and the battery is dead. We don't keep laptop cords around here, so we're gonna have to find one.
I could probably swing by and get one somewhere if you need. Ask my sister to grab one. What's the make and model I'm looking for?
He'll tell you. It's actually on the older side. One of those, the workbook ones that can take a beating.
Mm-hmm.
So.
She'll text the make and model to her sister real quick to see if they just happen to have one in store from like the computers and laptops that they use around the office.
She messaged back with, let me check. So where did you find this?
We double backed and checked out one of the hunter hideouts, and she'll give him the location of exactly which one it was.
So, Cat's people missed it? Did they leave it? What'd it look like?
I mean, the place was pretty well ransacked when we went through. It took some digging, so, it's entirely possible either way. If I had to bet money on it, I'd say it was probably missed in a hurry, because if I'm recalling it right, that's the one that looked like there was a pretty big mess from a fight. So I wouldn't be surprised if they just passed over it.
Do you think they did it?
Honestly, I don't think it's outside the realm of possibility. I mean, I can't, for the life of me, figure out why, but...
A couple of the others are not happy.
I can't imagine they are.
They're starting to point fingers, and it's at them.
Well, we gotta... The others are talking to someone that I guess doesn't like Kat very much, so there's always a possibility that she was framed, but it's only one person, and Kat's a pretty big target. I can't imagine many people want to try their hands at that.
You know his name?
Think Rev said his name was Peter?
Do you know where he is?
Would Debbie have been privy to that conversation?
I don't believe so. I think only Rufus got that.
I don't, but you could always reach out to Rev to see if he'll tell you.
Might do that. And as you're discussing this, you get a text back saying, nope, don't have one.
Can we pick one up? Maybe not tonight, but tomorrow?
I can try and find one. Might have to order it.
Okay.
Do you relay that to Mike?
Yeah, I'll relay it to Mike as I'm typing.
Okay. You can order it, or we can. King's out taking care of something.
Nah, I got it. You got enough on your plate.
It's not going to be good. The fingers keep getting pointed without an answer. Do you know about her tunnels?
Rumors only, hon. I don't know anything concretely.
Oh, I meant the tunnels under her place.
Yeah, no, I don't know much about them.
The others are trying to get into them. Trying to figure it out themselves.
Well, that's not good. Trespassing on her property is just going to piss her off.
Exactly why it's not going to be good.
Well, is there anything else I can help with while I'm here?
Unless you got more answers.
Wish I did, but, you know, I'll keep you updated when we find them.
Sooner you can get them, the better. I'm trying to keep them from doing things stupid.
Mm-hmm. Oh, hey, get this. We found a thin blood. He's a little Toreador, little baby fangs and everything. Couldn't even drink, bless him.
You know, it's not the first one that's been popping up lately.
Really? Have there been more?
I think there's been a couple.
Oh, I wonder what's going on. I mean, I've only heard rumors, but you know me.
Not sure if they were made or came here. There's been a couple new faces popping in.
Oh boy, one more thing to keep an eye on.
Yeah. We weren't sure if they were hunters or not, so we kept a close eye on them.
Mm-hmm. Well, this one's with Miss Charlotte now, so I don't think we'll need to worry about him for a little bit, at least.
No, we should not. She'll keep him busy, I think.
I hope so. He seems to be a good kid. Eager to please a little bit, but good kid.
Here's hoping he's not a problem.
Well, I'm gonna go meet the others. We're backtracking to a couple of the other hunter hangouts that we didn't get the other night, so If we find anything, I'll let you know.
I hope you do.
Maybe I'll just kind of clap him on the shoulder and wave her goodbye and head out to go meet the others.
He'll wave goodbye. You would probably get there first, given the relatively shorter conversation with Mike and it being closer. I believe you're meeting at the one near King's, right? Okay. So yeah, you would get there first. It's yet another kind of rundown building.
How fast would we get there from the coffee shop?
Not crazy.
Depending on Reverend's compulsion.
Yeah, it depends on how quick he's driving.
I mean, he kind of poked the dragon, so
You did. So you're not... You don't have a need for speed. So Debbie, you'd be waiting there maybe 10 minutes or so.
She'll use the time to kind of scope out the area, see if there's any groups of people going in and out or paying close attention or hanging around too close.
There's some people walking around. There's less so in this area than there was in some of the others you've been in. Sorry. So you're just kind of walking around looking. Nothing is catching your attention as being super suspicious. And then the rest of you show up.
Well, hey, how'd it go?
Peter doesn't have the drive to do that, so he's off the hook for now.
He was also very oversensitive.
Well, I'll go ahead and tell you. Mike said that the Nos are getting Nancy. They're starting to point fingers at Cat's people.
That's understandable, given proximity and other items.
Well, we better
Ref,
deal with this.
Ref, you
deal with
seem
this
to
now.
know Cat decently well. What do you know about her tunnels?
Would Rev know anything?
Nope.
I don't know anything about tunnels. I know. Well, I don't know how much you all know, and I don't really want to spread that information too much. But she's very old and can do things that most Samitsi can't.
Rufus would know that there are Zamitzi in her family that do use the flesh crafting and flesh shaping. You don't know where they stay, but you do know that she doesn't really allow them out into the public. So if there are tunnels, that could make sense, but you don't know anything of them actually.
Okay. I know the person that I used to deal with probably, and if they're going to be anywhere, that's where they would be. They have taken on quite a visage as of late.
Oh, well, that makes it worse. Fantastic. 'Cause remember when I said the Nos are getting antsy? They're getting so antsy that some of them are trying to get into her tunnels.
We should probably tell them not to do that.
I'll let you have that conversation with Mac. I think he wants to know a little bit more about Peter anyway, so you should get in contact with him if you can.
After we take care of this, I
After we
will.
take care of this. Shall we?
I believe
Yes.
you have the honor. So,
Debbie will grin ferally and activate Eyes of the Beast as we turn and make our way towards the building.
All right. So, are you being quiet? You just walking in? What is your method of entrance?
Lottie could be super quiet.
Rev would like to be quiet.
Let's go quiet then.
Dex and stealth.
Silence of death, please and thank you. It's free.
Yeah. I also have that. I also have a specialization in urban stealth.
This would count.
So I don't know if that's... Okay, so if you want me to roll, I can roll it, but I have silence of death.
But what?
I am going...
I have silence of death as well.
That just automatically makes your steps quiet, yeah?
Yep.
I am going to spend a willpower to reroll.
Okay.
I got one success.
Okay.
Okay, that's better. I had 4 successes.
Okay. So, what is the order of walking? Debbie first, and then what?
Ladies first. The Lottie's behind Debbie.
Okay.
I will go behind Lottie.
Alright, so as you guys enter the building, it's easy enough to tell that this has been lived in. And it probably was either a hotel or an apartment like a small apartment building at one point. Not open anymore, but there's definitely people who were here. And Debbie, you go in, you step over some of the debris that's there. Rufus and Lottie, same thing. William, you as you're attempting to maneuver around it, you do hit something, and it definitely tumbles and makes a loud sound as it crashes into other things.
Sorry.
And a cat meows in the background, startled by the noise.
Well, what's with all the cats lately? My God.
I just hope this one's not white.
You don't
Given
see
your
this one, you just hear it. But nothing jumps out. No one says, you don't hear anyone. William, are you attempting to listen?
Everyone got their phones off?
Oh,
Yes,
hold on one sec.
actually.
Debbie will scramble to silence her phone.
Want to double check his?
Okay, you can set it to silent.
And, yeah, I'll activate heightened senses and listen around.
Okay, you definitely hear the cat. There's probably some mice or rats or something. You don't hear anything for a minute, and then you hear some shuffling that doesn't sound like it's the cat. Does sound like it's coming from upstairs, though.
something that's not the cat is upstairs?
Revel just kind of look at Lottie and be like, "Want to head up with me?"
After you.
Revel kind of screws his can on the end of his thing and start heading in, I guess.
Can William tell how big it is?
Probably person-sized. And I'm sorry, Rufus, what did you do?
He screws the can onto the end of his thing and heads up.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So, you two head up. Debbie and William sticking downstairs. You waiting by the steps?
Yeah, Debbie will wait by the steps.
Okay. So you two make your way up, and it takes you a minute, but you do end up hearing what William heard. And as you make your way a little bit farther in, one of the doors is open. And you can kind of peek inside, and Rufus, it's kind of a familiar scene for you. Someone just making a living.
Right.
You can tell that they've maybe been here for a couple of days.
He'll kind of go back around the corner and just kind of look at Lottie and like, kind of give the like, "What do you want to do?" thing.
They're just doing their thing. Just leave them be.
Ask them some questions, or no?
Could ask them some questions to make them forget later.
Oh, you can actually do that. That's
I can.
useful. And Rufus will just kind of like knock on the doorway.
The person starts and startles.
William still has heightened senses up, so he's going to disengage that and tell Debbie that sounds like they just found a homeless person.
You two sticking downstairs, you heading up?
Take a look down here while they handle that.
Probably good idea.
We'll get to you two in a minute. So the person starts pretty bad and just kind of like, "What are you doing here?"
And still outside of the door. Just looking for somebody. We were told that they were staying here. Don't know how long it's been since they've been around, just looking for somebody. That's all we're doing.
Ain't no one else here but me.
How long have you been here?
It's to you.
I mean, what's it to you to stay here?
Where else am I gonna go?
I mean, I could probably get you in with like a homeless shelter.
And I just kind of shrug.
And Brad at this point will like poke his head around the corner.
Like
Like,
into the room? Or...
Yeah, like poke his head to where you can see into the room.
And the person was just sitting down, looked like they might have had a book or something.
Just want to talk. Don't. Yeah.
You can talk from there.
I said we're just looking for somebody. apparently they had some issues with some people not too long ago. So I'm looking around. Might have run them off, might have hurt them real bad, and I just wanted to make sure they're okay.
I said no one here when I got here.
How long ago was that?
A few days.
What's a few? 2, 3, 7, 9, 12?
4.
4? Okay. And the hunters were a couple weeks ago?
Yes. About a month.
Okay. Was there anything that you found in here that might be worthwhile?
Big mess.
Yeah, figure, I mean, no offense, but that's kind of what you get. Didn't find any, like, stuff that didn't seem like it belonged here, like computer stuff or anything like that.
Hell no.
Any
I'd have sold
journal?
that shit.
Papers? Any journals, any papers, anything like that?
No.
And I'll kind of just like motion for Lottie to come in.
Lottie's not
So,
having a
like-
good time
Fellas?
here in your
No,
very nice
she's
dress.
this is disgusting. I hate this.
You get used to it, I promise. Well, maybe not you, but you know. So, are you okay? Like, do you need
Better if you
anything?
left.
I will put like a 50 in Rev's hand, but she's not fully in the doorway. See if that helps.
And he'll kind of start walking up and like, look, I don't know if this is going to help or anything, but my friend just wants to like help out a little bit financially. If you can help us out a little bit more, let us know. Like if you found anything, and I'll
I
hold
ain't
up
finding
the
shit.
50.
It's just a big mess here. I ain't going through that stuff. Not yet.
Has anybody been like poking around here besides you?
No.
Okay. What's your name?
Kelly?
Alright. Well, and he pulls from like an inside pocket as well. He's like, I'm gonna hand you 2 things. One of them, do something good with. The other one, do whatever you want with. And he'll just kind of like place it a couple feet from them.
This where you need me to find you if I find something?
Yeah, there's quite a few like yourself that come to that. It's a safe place for everybody. You don't necessarily have to be religious to come. It's fine. And he'll just kind of like step out of the.
They'll just give a skeptical look and like go to pick it up the stuff. William and Debbie. You guys moving around downstairs?
Yep.
Okay. If you are searching for something, go ahead and give me some rolls. Or you can just kind of meander around and try and look around.
I got 3 successes.
Okay.
I got 2.
So as you're moving around downstairs, you, William, think you found where the hunter might have been keeping most of the stuff, but you don't find anything there. There's an area that's kind of been, it's not clean necessarily, but it definitely looks like a space in one of the rooms that someone had stayed in. And it's tossed a little bit, kind of like the other rooms had been. So it's... You think that might be where the Zamitzi crew went and searched for some stuff. But it doesn't seem to be anything really of note there. Some old clothes, empty backpack, nothing in it. Just, for all intents and purposes, just junk.
Nothing here. Found what I was saying, but it doesn't seem like there's anything important.
It's a good idea being thorough. Think we should head up and join the others?
Yeah, let's do that.
So the search did take you guys a little bit. Rufus and Lottie, you can make your way downstairs and kind of meet them in the area that you've branched off in.
Did that help at all? I don't know if that helped at all.
It might have. Worst case scenario, it's give the homeless person enough money to, be honest here, probably buy drugs, but hopefully buy food.
Yeah, that's why I was wondering if it was helpful or not.
Well, how'd it go?
Person upstairs only been here a couple days, so not very useful.
Was there anything of note upstairs besides the person?
They can read, which is positive.
We found where the hunter was staying, but nothing important in there.
Okay. On to the final one.
Let's go.
Yeah, onward.
So the next one, I believe, would be where you guys know Cassidy would be staying. I believe that's the one you have not hit yet.
Okay.
So, I'll make it your way over that way. Down towards the Jefferson Mac area. It's where she has claimed. And you make your way down. And actually, Lottie, you would know she is an anarch. She has claimed a small portion of her barony of herself. And that is probably one of the people that you would have been given the names for. One of the only actual decent amount of anarchs in the area.
Maybe this is why I thought there was anarchs. Cassidy's anarch.
She's other things as well, however, yes.
Oh yes, she's the angry one.
She's a pain to deal with, but she's in charge, at least of her area, so.
I wouldn't know. I'm not in the habit of pissing people off when they're in charge.
It's just kind of what we do. We, as in any kind of like motions to himself.
Debbie just kind of chuckles.
So you guys make your way out there. And the place, it's actually a house. Not super upkept, but it definitely was a house. Doesn't seem to be... It seems to be in better condition than the other places you've seen. Except maybe the first place. Getting farther into the night, not a whole lot of people around outside.
Well, this is promising.
Could be worse.
The car, there is a car in the driveway, and it does match the description, Rufus, that you were given by the first person you talked to that you fed from.
Okay.
Is that car?
Good.
Do we need to pay attention to that car?
Go ahead and go in the house. I'll meet you in there shortly. I'll see if I can get into the car.
As they pass by, Debbie will snap a picture of the license plate and try and get like the make and model of the car in the photo as well.
Okay. It's not a great car, old car. But you're able to do that. So you three making your way in?
We're being quiet again this time.
Yeah, I'll try to be better this time.
Let's not startle
Silence
any more
back.
cats.
I did just as good this time.
Great.
I'm good. I got 4 successes.
Okay. Lottie,
Stealth's
you're
a good
good.
pool for Debbie.
So are you guys going in the front door? What are you doing?
I think we should scope out the perimeter, see if there's a back entrance.
Or a side entrance. A different entrance.
Alright, so you guys make your way around the back of the house, and we'll be right back with you shortly. Rufus. The car initially appears locked. But you notice some scraping around the door that makes you think it might have been forcibly opened.
Okay. He'll just kind of try to open the door.
And it opens without, like... The lock may have been broken. The latch mechanism might have been broken as it was probably pulled open.
He'll do a quick search of the car. I'm not really expecting to find a whole lot at this point.
Same as most of the places that you've been searching through, there really isn't a whole lot. Some old food. Some recreational things that aren't necessarily Rufus's wheelhouse.
Okay. He will also check the trunk as well.
So the trunk does open. Again, along the same lines, it looks like it's already been forcibly opened and searched. given what you know of Cat's people, they were fairly thorough when they did this search. Although you don't know what they did with the stuff they found, if they found anything.
Right.
So as you're searching that, the other three make your way around. There is a back entrance. The windows do have, it's either curtains or shades covering everything so you can't quite see in. But there is a back entrance and there's no fenced-in yard. And the house does appear to be on a slab, so there is no basement.
Are there any signs of recent activity?
Looks like there might have been people coming up, but no one, it's hard to tell beyond that. And if you do try the doors, they are actually locked.
My need right for this.
I mean, I can always force it, but it might make a bit of noise.
That's completely up to you.
Are there any like rocks or welcome mats where a spare key might have been hidden or anything like that?
You can go ahead and search.
Let's just take a quick once over, see if we can find a spare key hiding somewhere.
So, intelligence and investigation, or?
Yeah, so with searching for things like this, you guys can either use wits or intelligence and investigation. Both make sense to me.
I got nothing for Lottie.
Nice.
That was great rolls.
I got
Good
2.
She's too distracted by the scuffs on her shoes.
Apparently.
I got
And
one.
that broken nail. And a 1. Alright, well. William, as you're searching around, you don't really find anything. But Debbie, as you are looking around, you notice one of the windows appears to not be locked. And it's not too far from the door, so maybe with some stretching you could reach the bolts.
Could I just use the window to slip in the house?
Yeah.
I'll do that. I'll use the window to slip into the house and then unlock the door from the inside.
Not a massive window, but you could do it.
I mean, if I need to, I can always shape change.
It would make it a little easier, but you're not going to get stuck or anything. It's a small window and it's a little bit higher up with the house being raised a little bit from a slab. So you could get a boost.
I could probably jump better as a kitty cat too. Okay, so we're gonna do that. Debbie is going to ask the others to like stand between her and the street so that if anyone just happens to pass by, they don't like immediately see her. And then once they're around, she is going to go ahead and drop Eyes of the Beast and activate Shape Change.
Okay, give me a rouse check.
Sure thing. I do get hungrier.
Okay, you're at 2. Not a big deal. I think you're at 2.
Yes.
Yeah, you 2 watch as Debbie turns into a very large
Bobcat. With a little nubby tail and the flicky ears and everything, and she just kind of gives you guys a look and makes a jump for the window.
You spring right in. You're not like 200 plus pounds, but you are on the very large side of a bobcat. So you get in there. Hey, you're a cat. You can see in the dark. The house looks actually kind of nice. Considering everything you've been looking through and everything, it definitely looks like this was someone's house that they lived in.
And it's just a one-story house?
Yep, one-story house. It looks like it's hard to tell from just standing right there, especially from your perspective, but it looks like it might only have one room. It's a very small house. Also looks like it has been thoroughly ransacked on the inside.
Mm-hmm. Debbie will pad over to the whichever door is closer, whether that's the back door or the front door, and
You guys right
she'll
door.
drop the shape change and unlock the door from the inside and open it up for the others.
Okay. Rufus, you notice the others do not come back from the back side of the house.
He'll walk around back.
And you see an open door as Lottie and William are already inside.
Okay. He'll head inside.
So all of you see it's a decent place considering everything you've been looking through with the hunters so far. Given most of them were not in what could be considered livable houses. But again, everything's been pretty thoroughly ransacked. There would be a smell from the kitchen if you guys, breathed. The doors are kind of all open. It's been searched. But you guys can search and maybe you'll find something. Maybe you won't.
Might as well at this point.
Since this place is nicer, I wonder if this was the hunter in charge's place.
I got one success.
3!
I got BCL failure.
You get transfixed, right?
Yes.
So as you're searching, you do notice that there is a couple pictures hanging on the wall. Not of any people, just of places. And they just really catch your attention because they are the angles and the way everything was taken. It was really nice. And you just kind of lose yourself. Just wondering where it could be. And that might be nice to go see. The rest of you don't actually find... I'm sorry, Rufus, you had 2?
1.
Debbie had 3. And Lottie had 3. Okay. So I assume each of you took a different room, or doubled up and took different rooms. William, did you stay in the living room?
I'm definitely staying in the living room to look at those pictures some more.
Yeah. I figured. Rufus, you also in the living room? Where are you going?
Probably the living room, yeah.
Okay. So you guys don't find anything there. There's nothing. Debbie and Lottie go into the bedroom. You're searching. And inside one of the drawers on the desk, you do find what looks to be a computer part that may have matched Bryce's missing one.
May have. Like, we're not entirely sure?
I mean, hard drives just kind of are similar to each other. You can't... It's not like it has Bryce's name on it.
Mm.
So, you might have found something. You'll have to plug it in to find out. Don't know what's on it. Could be interesting. But that's the only thing you guys find here.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's something.
Yeah, it is something.
She'll look at Lottie for a minute, and if Lottie doesn't move to take it, she'll take it and put it in her own bag.
Debbie can take it.
Okay, you guys move back out to the living room and see Rufus frustrated trying to find something while William is just standing there doing nothing.
Is he okay?
As Rufus is like taking a switchblade to like a pillow cushion, ripping it open. Yeah, he's been standing there for 10, 15 minutes, I don't know.
You guys want to go on a road trip?
No, we need to get going. Hey Rev, you can quit tearing up the sofa. We found a hard drive in the back room.
We kind of like throws the sofa cushion up in the air. Thank everything. Okay.
Are you okay?
Getting frustrated and not finding things is, yes.
Okay.
He'll kind of grab William and kind of figure out which picture and kind of grab the picture and kind of walk him outside.
Nope, William is going to fight him.
Like with the picture in hand. He's like, come on.
Oh, come on, get it.
William.
Can I just take him with me, please?
What are you
I
gonna
think
do
that's
with
why
it?
he grabbed it.
What? I want to look at them. They're really nice.
You can take one. Pick one.
By chance, does Rev know where these places are?
Go ahead and roll intelligence.
Okay.
Or like
No.
intelligence and survival if you have it. I don't know.
No, I don't.
Yeah, no.
I got it.
You've seen a lot of places, and a lot of places end up looking similar after that long.
Yeah, it's... Trust me, this place isn't as nice as the pictures. Just, come on.
William's just going to grab a picture in each end. And, which one do I want?
Take them both. I
The
don't
right
care.
one.
Yeah, I'll just follow everyone with the pictures in hand.
Alright, so you all make your way out. You have a couple hours, maybe a couple hours left before it gets too early, both to comfortably be out and about away from your havens. So what would you like to do?
Talk about the pictures some more.
Lottie's just like, yeah, they're great, Debbie, do we want to take that to Mike? Yes? William, those are just darling.
Let me text him first and give him the heads up. And Debbie will pull out her phone and she will first what she'll do is she'll text Mike the photo of the car and say this is the car we found at the Hunters. If you need to track it, here's what we got. Second thing, we found a hard drive, might be Bryce's. Should we bring it by, or do you want us to check it first before bringing it by?
You would quickly get one back saying, "Bring it, please."
She'll send a thumbs up. He says to bring it by.
If you two can handle him, I will take it over. I believe Mike wanted to talk to me anyway, so.
Fair.
Or if one of you want to handle him, one of you can come with me. It doesn't really matter.
I'll go with you. He'll be expecting me anyway.
Yep. Me and William will talk about the very lovely pictures.
You have a
All
better
in
eye
it.
for art than I do anyway, Lottie.
I don't think this is art, but okay.
It's a subjective thing, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Oh,
That-
boy.
That has so much truth.
Lottie and William, are you getting dropped off somewhere? Are you getting picked up?
William, do you want to go to my house tonight, or do you need to go back to your place?
I really want to go hang these up in my apartment.
Okay. I'll call my driver. We'll get you set up at your house, and then I'm going to go home. Is that okay?
Uh-huh.
Okay, great.
You're saying that while still staring at the pictures?
So yeah, Lottie orders a car and takes William home. Makes sure that he's okay in his house before going back to her own.
Okay. Your dog is very happy to see you. William, those pictures look fantastic on your wall. They look so good. And then Rufus and Debbie make your way over to Mike. Give me 1 second. You guys can talk amongst yourself on the ride there.
About halfway there, Rufus will kind of turn to Debbie and is like, how much of a problem are we in for, do you think? Given what we know.
Oh, probably a lot.
Wonderful.
I don't tend to keep up with politics, but the way Mike was talking earlier, it sounds pretty bad. The Nos, from what I know of them, aren't typically ones to move too quick, but if they're getting Nancy already, it's not good.
I mean, to be fair, it's been a couple months, and then with the recent things, I can kind of understand why they're getting Nancy. The only issue that I see here is convincing them that Peter's not the issue. I'm not saying that no Samisi's an issue, it's just Peter isn't.
So who do you think it is?
That's a great question. For all I know, it could be a clanless somebody that wants to create havoc.
Is that your first instinct, or is that kind of a process of elimination?
My first instinct would be figure out who doesn't like Cat and her brood, and then go from there. while Peter doesn't necessarily like her, like I said, doesn't have the gall to actually attempt to remove her. So it's yeah.
Now, I don't know too much about her, but Kat seems to be a pretty big target. I mean, if someone were to try and remove her, they'd have to go through all of her family members, lackeys. I don't know exactly what term she prefers, but there's a lot to go through first just to get to her.
Right, which would make me think that it's an inside issue. But in that same point, most of her family members are bonded or otherwise bound to her. Not fully sure the full extent, but I know at least a little bit. I tend to stay out of other people's politics.
Well, hopefully this will tell us something, and she'll just kind of tap her fingers on the computer bits.
That's the hope.
Okay, so you guys pull up to the bookshop and make your way in and down. King is back now, and Mike is not there to greet you, but King does. Heard you found something.
She'll pull it out and hand it to him.
Hopefully this has some answers. And he will actually turn and move a little bit farther in to the space, and you can see a computer set up that is ready to accept the hard drive. And he spends a couple minutes getting it set up and ready. Mike's looking into that car, but I don't think it's going to go anywhere. So tell me about everything you guys have found.
We have spoken with Kat and her people. Not saying that none of them are an issue, but for right now, I don't think that the immediate face value people are issues. I've heard that you and your people have been getting a bit antsy and been trying to get underneath her compound, yes?
Yeah, the little ratlings have been. I don't want anything to do with them.
Right. It's your people to do as you so see fit with, and I know you don't necessarily want to be the one that tells them to do anything, but I would ask you as a friend, which I would hope that we could kind of half call ourselves friends, to tell them to stop.
We have been. Why do you think nothing's happened the month? They've been wanting to get in there for a while.
Yeah. I have reason to... You remember Varia? Who used to do Boria's job?
Yeah.
I have reason to think that people like her are down there. That's not going to end well for anybody.
Makes sense to me. It's not like we see him walking out in the street.
Yeah, I mean, ever since she made herself look like a bird on her face, you know.
Was that what she did? I haven't seen her in a long time.
I saw her for a half a second a while back, shortly after Boria took over. But I haven't seen her since, so.
I don't think Kat did it. I don't know who's doing it. I don't think it's Kat.
No, Kat. Definitely not. One of Kat's people? Maybe. I want to say no.
She tends to keep him on a short leash.
Exactly. That's why I want to say no, but I can't say with absolute certainty.
And
that
during
would
the time...
leave...
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
And that would leave other people that don't like Kat to be suspect. There's plenty of those. Sure.
So tell me about Peter. And as he's saying this, the computer's booting up now.
Peter is he wants to leave. He can't. His words, not mine. He wants Kat gone, but he won't do anything himself. So he wouldn't be one to do this.
Kat being gone will bring up a whole load of problems.
Same thing with Bryce being gone.
Yeah.
Brought up a whole load of problems for everyone, and I know you're feeling it the most.
And at this point, his attention is on the computer. He's still talking and listening, but focusing on the computer and working on digging out the information from it. So you don't think it's Peter?
In my not super professional opinion, no.
And there were no hints anywhere else.
Nothing obvious.
And the not obvious?
They were dying plants down there. Whatever that means.
Which is why they're all pointing fingers at Kat.
Right. So wherever those came from, I would be willing to say that somebody put them down there to point the fingers.
That's my thought too.
Didn't Kat say she's going to be traveling soon?
Yeah. She's heading down to Atlanta, I think she said.
You think someone's going to try and pull something while she's gone?
Be the best time. She can't really put it off, though.
So what I'm hearing is keep your head down and your ear open.
Something like that. Be a good time to investigate, too, but...
Do you know how many people she's taken with her, or no? I assume we're normal menagerie.
Probably. We don't really get into each other's business too much.
I'm just trying to figure out how,
probably Ghoul or two, maybe one of her other people. She's going light.
I don't know if that's good or bad.
This was Bryce's. Where'd you find this? In the hunter's place?
Mm-hmm. Last one we looked, the one with the car.
We'll need to get into that laptop. And he goes, like, poking around a little bit more on it, but doesn't really say anything else about that. About what's on the hard drive or anything.
Hey, Rev, you know anyone that could get us a laptop charger pretty quick?
Probably.
At
I
this
also
point,
know somebody that.
Don't know how much we're getting done tonight.
Well, if you need somebody looking at the car, I've got somebody for that as well.
Mike's doing that. That's why he's not here.
Right, but if Mike can't find anything, I can go through any, does the air quotes, official channels to see if there's anything.
Good
Sure,
to
it'll
know.
probably be like a stolen plate.
I don't know if anything's going
Immortal
to come of that
Soldiers.
either. Theoretically, they're gone.
Well, if you think you can get us a laptop charger faster than Amazon can, here's the make and model. And Debbie will just kind of like grab a sticky note and a pencil and write it down and hand it to him.
An older model. I don't know where. So I can't find one. It's one of those weird ones.
Let me get my people on it. And he will actually start sending messages out to a number of people, not everybody, but like 5 or 6 people.
So I'll respond relatively
hey,
quickly.
Specifically looking for the charger for that said laptops.
One of them does message back saying, think I know where I can get that.
He will message back like, if you get it, send me a message and put it in, and he gives like an address close by. And I'll have somebody come by and pick it up.
Will do.
Thank you.
Anytime, Reverend.
And he'll just kind of look at King and be like, well, then he'll give the same address. Like, this is, if my people find one, this is where it'll be.
Handy.
Like I said, they have uses.
That they do. Hard to have people.
Unfortunately.
So we've got nothing. The hunter's new bullet, Bryce, got to his place, killed him, we killed them, and someone's probably framing Cat's brood to rile up the Nosferatu.
Sounds about right.
Now, I know we've been kind of focusing on people that might have a grudge that are in town. Are there people that have moved away that might be fixing to come back?
Against Cat? Not many of her people left. She keeps them close.
about people that specifically have issues with you guys?
I had to do some digging. I don't really spend much time with anyone else.
Right. Because, I mean, if we're looking at Kat, no offense, but it'll probably take 15, 20 you guys to even hurt her.
Yeah.
I don't think. Yeah. And I mean, there's a whole lot more of you guys around her, but.
Numbers are dwindling. That's 6, 7 down.
Exactly. So if there's an issue with you guys, then they take you out. See the logic there?
Give me a day or two, I can start, well, do heavier digging. I was doing a little bit.
I mean, you've got as much time as you need at this point, because we're kind of sitting on our thumbs.
Yeah. Faster the better. So you got nothing else?
I don't.
I will say I am kind of curious about all the thin bloods popping up apparently, but I can't say it's connected to anything.
Yeah, there's a couple of them. Mike said Charlotte just got a new one.
She did indeed.
Something to look into, I think. More so the WHO is doing that.
Apparently Charlotte's going to be taking care of the one that then kind of like twiddles his fingers. As far as the rest of them, we can look, but the chances are we can find them.
Yeah. Something to think about, though. There is something you might be able to do for me, though.
What you need?
In a couple weeks, there is some auction being held I heard about. The couple of Setites that are here are doing something.
You have my interest.
Yeah, I'm curious to know what they'll have there, but given everything, I think it'd be better to put my resources elsewhere.
Ooh, Rufus, I bet between you and Lottie we could get in easy.
Probably Lottie would be better in this particular case. She is more than likely more of a finance mogul than I am. I survive because I don't need. Beyond gas, of course, but that's what it is.
You're a fair hand at charming your way through a door.
You have no idea.
As soon as I get some more information, I'll let you guys know. It's getting late, though. No offense, right. I don't got a place for you to stay here.
I don't need a place, but thanks.
Now I'll head out. If you need anything else, just let me know.
You'll hear from us. And you two make your way out.
Yep. Out and home.
Out and down the street by the dead shop spot.
I assumed as much. So before the sun rises, was there anything you guys wanted to do, take care of, talk about, talk to?
Before she goes to bed, Debbie will send Mike a text, but I will put the content of that text in the private chat.
Okay. How curious.
William's gonna find a spot for those pictures and then start relaxing.
Okay. The urge to just stare at them has abated at this point, but they still look good. You like them. Lottie or Rufus? Or William if you have more?
Would William have Chris's number?
Yeah, you would have gotten it.
He'll just shoot a quick text, ask him how he's settling in.
It takes a little bit before you get one back, but you do get one back. He is still around. Like, it's weird being here. It's way too high class for me.
Give it time, he'll settle in.
Thumbs up.
Rufus will actually take out that book that he wrote the address down in before, flip to the back, and write down Terrence's name and Chicago.
Okay.
There's a couple other names in there. A couple of them are like crossed off, but Terrence's name is now in there.
Okay.
And he will also write the name of William's sire down as well.
Alright.
And just be like, ass.
Alright.
Lottie will pull out, probably has some sort of like acrylic nail set, and she'll fix her nails, play with Duncan for a good little while, or falling off to bed, send a text to Willow, making sure she's still, alive.
Yep, you receive a text back just saying she's okay, she'll be making her way back soon. And if that is all for the evening, we'll wrap this up. You guys each bed down before the sun comes up, and you fall into your day sleep. And we'll get to some quick announcements real fast. Our website is down currently. I am rebuilding it on a new host, and we're just waiting on it to transfer over. So currently, if you want to see anything, you can pop over to our link tree to get all of our links and everything. Our schedule has been a little bit crazy lately. I know it should be going back to normal after this Saturday should start our normal schedule back up. And our newest game, Nichols Cryptid Catchers, I believe it was called, should be starting up real soon. And we are very excited to bring that to you guys.
Should we mention the Switch?
We can. It is no longer going to be Call of Cthulhu. It will be... Well, Dengle, if you would like to take this over, since you will be the storyteller for it.
So we will be using the Hunter the Reckoning rule set, which is, I mean, extremely similar to Vampire the Masquerade. Instead of being vampires, um, normal humans that just really don't like things that go bump in the night, basically. We are going to be implementing like a sanity type system. Still getting a little bit here and there ironed out on that, but I think we're pretty close to being done with that. And yeah, it should be a whole lot of fun. So
It is not taking place in current day, though.
no, it is taking place right around the time that the U.S. jumped into World War II.
That'll be quite interesting to see and take care of, I think. I can't wait for it. But I can't think of anything else to actively announce.
The first skit is up,
Yes, we are
and we'll
beginning...
be having. We have more of those come up. Right now, there'll probably be 1 or 2 a month. We're hoping to eventually get into doing 1 a week, but for right now, they'll just slowly be trickling out.
We all look forward to bringing you those. We've had some fun ones. Just small moments in between games for our kindred, people they know, NPCs you might know. It's fun. Let's keep an eye out for more of those coming. But other than that, I think we're all set. Thank you all for joining us. Have a good evening and stay safe.
Sweet dreams.